Yugi versus Judai was real. It wasn't a dream, it happened. Sorta. Let me explain this story. So, some of you probably know my brother Leon. Well, I was talking with him about what the gap between Duel Monsters, or the world Duel Monsters is based on, manga or anime, and GX was. Now, the dub claims it was 10 years after Duel Monsters, but we don't really trust the dub for accuracy, it's just how we roll. We realized Judai started Duel Academy in 2004. While going down this rabbit hole of who did what and how long did they do this and how old are they in GX, he brought up Honest. He thought he figured out how the duel would end between the two, which would be using Honest effects to boost Neas's attack. But then I reminded him he wouldn't have Honest anymore because he returned it to Yusuke. Then we started talking about how this duel is even possible. Of course, I brought up the famous dream theory that's brought up when this duel is talked about. But then he hits me with, who's to say it didn't happen in the spirit world? Sometimes I hate my brother, but this ended up making so much sense. Judai Yuki is currently fused with Yubel. Yubel is a spirit, Judai is a human. Judai gained abilities from fusing with Yubel. Therefore, he is kind of a spirit himself. So he can gain access to the spirit world, but not on command, I suppose. So how does he? Let's recap 179's events, shall we? Judai was about to leave Duel Academy when Hanakaribo guided him to the room that held Yugi's deck that has made its home there since Season 1. He meets the present version of Yugi. Yugi tested Judai to see if he would be a worthy duelist, and that was by giving him Hanakaribo. Yugi then tells Judai he is missing something even though he's grown into a fine adult as he expected and trusted to do so, but now he has to gain back that little bit he's missing in his true graduation duel, telling him he's going to duel a very strong opponent. And if he really wants to do this, and gain back what he didn't realize he lost, to hold Hanakaribo above his deck. And then you all know the song and dance, he's in Domino next to the card shop, meets Yugi, and duels him in front of the town center clock. Now how the hell is this a spirit world, and how did Judai get there? Now the most common theories I've seen about this whole event is, well, as before, that it's either a dream or Judai time traveled. Well, the first thing I should bring up is probably that Atem is there. Second, we are made aware of Battle City version 2. Judai himself mentions how far in the past is he actually. This tournament could take place at any time after the Doma and Grand Championship arcs. Realistically, this would probably take place after Atem is gone, but here's the thing, in Judai's world, Atem has already moved on into the spirit world. Third and fourth, Yugi doesn't recognize him and doesn't remember Hanakaribo at all. The fact Yugi doesn't remember Judai is impossible. Physically impossible. This is due to bonds beyond time. Bonds beyond time basically is what put GX into motion. If Yusei and Judai did not go to the past and help Yugi, he would have never met them. Especially Judai. He probably never would have given Hanakaribo to Judai when he was on his way to entrance exams. Judai would have never done all the things he did during his entire 3 years at the academy. Yugi wouldn't forget a person he was fighting side by side with for the sake of the world. But he wasn't the only person present. Atem was too. And supposedly this movie takes place in a timeline between the end of Duelist Kingdom and the start of Battle City. And if Battle City hasn't happened yet, Battle City version 2 definitely wouldn't have happened. Let's also mention the lack of people in the city. If Judai was truly in the past, there's no way people wouldn't be gathering around to watch the King of Games take on a challenger in the middle of Domino. We only see Judai, Yugi, Kuribo, Atem, and Yubel. That's all we get. Why? Because this is a spirit world. One made specifically for Judai. Why? Well, in the real world, Yugi and Judai can duel as much as they want, anytime they want. Judai, however, can't duel Atem anytime he wants. I'm suggesting Atem leave this little section of Domino in the spirit world for the day Judai would arrive and need to recover his sense of enjoying duels again. Why does Yugi not remember Judai? Because it's not really Yugi. Atem quite possibly maybe made him to help with Judai. In fact, we've already kind of seen this before. Remember that guy who kinda looked like Johan in episode 134 and then got killed, which riled up Judai even further during season 3 on his rescue mission for Johan? Yeah, this is kinda the same thing. Except this is to help Judai, not to push him into hell. But then the real Atem eventually steps in episode 180. But how did Judai get here? I did state Judai didn't have the ability to get there on his own, but someone certainly can. Hane Kuribo. Mr. Kurikuri himself is the key to transfer Judai to and from this spirit world. How many years did Atem wait for Judai? How long did Yugi have to wait to meet Judai? How long did he hold onto Hane Kuribo for this exact day? I don't know. But this fluff ball with wings is the key. Sure, we never get to see the end of the duel, but you know what? Maybe Judai wanted it that way. The rush he got during that duel, he didn't want it to end. So maybe it really didn't end and he wanted to go back to the real world. I mean, come on, I'm sure we've all felt this way during some kind of game or anime series or show in general. You get to a cliffhanger, you want more! Exactly how Judai felt, and I think that's why that end ends so abruptly. And then we cut back to the desert and our sad goodbye to GX happens. At this point, either Judai exited from the spirit world there or he was having a flashback to that day. But whichever one, it doesn't matter. He's back to being his happy duel-loving self again. And still a smartass. At least in my eyes. So there you have it. The legendary duel between Yugi and Judai did in fact happen, just not in any valid timeline or normal world. Now I hope you guys enjoyed this little theory. I am excited about this because I finally get to do one on my favorite anime ever. If you enjoyed this video, please check out my channel. I do Fire Emblem theories. I also do song covers and a couple of Let's Plays as well. If you rather had something that you want to listen to while doing homework, chores, etc., or just want some white noise, please check out the HarmonyNet Studios channel and check out the audio series Ties of Fates. And if you want to support me on Patreon, that is all up to you. So goodbye, have a nice day, and of course, gotcha.